Module 4, Facing Our Demons, a study of the Devīmāhātmyam as a lens through which we can study ourselves. This is the module that I am simultaneously the most excited about and humbled by. The Devīmāhātmyam is an ancient text that informs several traditions, including our tradition of tantric yoga. And when I say our tradition, I mean the tradition of the Himalayan masters, of which Pandit Rajmani Tiganaya is currently the spiritual head. And that's my teacher. He's amazing, and you'll get to learn all about him and maybe get to meet him at some point. Fingers crossed. The Devīmāhātmyam is a collection, actually, of 3 myths that explore the nature of reality, and that also explore the sort of ongoing epic battle, if you will, of good versus evil, lower consciousness versus higher consciousness that is existing within each one of us as human beings. This tradition, not just the Himalayan tradition, but the yogic tradition in general, the Hindu tradition, the tantric tradition, many of these traditions that come from the East use mythology to help us get a felt sense and a more visceral understanding of what is going on inside of us by personifying various aspects of our own psyche. The central figure of the Devīmāhātmyam is the Devi, a goddess known as Durga, Ma Durga. And Durga is a queen, a goddess, the goddess, if you will, and a warrior. And she is called upon when all of the other powers that be have exhausted their capacity, exhausted their formidable resources in slaying the demons of the age. And so they humble themselves and they beseech Durga to present herself and go to battle on their behalf. In the Devīmāhātmyam, we learn a lot about the nature of these different demons that Durga is slaying. We also learn a lot about the nature of Durga herself in the way that she confronts and battles and ultimately slays every demon that she is presented with. We learn a lot about the different aspects of Durga that kind of pop out of her third eye at will, as needed, to bring certain Shakti, certain power forward in order to slay specific demons that are presenting in particularly problematic ways. This myth in this training is used as an invitation for you to look a lot more closely at your own story up to this point in your life. What battles have you been waging, seemingly since before you were even born, perhaps? What lessons do you continually run up against? What are your recurring struggles, challenges? What is your story? What is your story? How have you maybe been playing the role of victim in your own story and allowing your story to keep you limited or stuck, holding you back from stepping into who you deep inside know you were really meant to be, you are still meant to be? And how can you reframe your story, rewrite it even, with yourself as the victor, with yourself as your own hero, the slayer of your own personal demons? Through your fierce compassion, how can you be the one that sets yourself free? So that's module 4. I have switched around where it falls in the sequence, the krama of this training, because I want it to happen just before we go into a 9-night celebration recognition of Durga, known as Navaratri. Navaratri happens in October of 2026. So we are going to have this module of the Devīmāhātmyam in September so that we can be that much more prepared to then engage in a very special practice around Navaratri when the time comes. More on that soon. All righty. Be well. More soon. Ciao, ciao.